Here to present the Global Action Advocacy Award for 2011 to Freedom to Marry are John Crabtree Ireland and Duncan Crabtree Ireland.
We had always wanted kids. We talked about it when we met. He came to us as a 4-month-old, a baby. He's joy. Watson is pure joy.
We met in college in 1991.
Pretty much love at first sight.
Marriage is important to kids. That 3.5-year-old does understand about commitment and about being a family together. He was really excited to be the ring bearer at the wedding ceremony, and he was up there at the front with us the whole time.
Get to know us first.
Get to know us first.
Ahora nosotros somos una familia de 5 y creo que con la ayuda de nuestra familia, el apoyo que tenemos de nuestra familia, no lo podemos imaginar en otra manera. Rui y yo pensamos que es...
Freedom to Marry is the campaign to win marriage nationwide. Freedom to Marry is pursuing our roadmap to victory by working to win the freedom to marry in more states, grow the national majority for marriage, and end federal marriage discrimination. Freedom partners with individuals and organizations across the country to end the exclusion of same-sex couples from marriage and the protections, responsibilities, and commitment that marriage brings.
Freedom to Marry was launched in 2003 by Evan Wolfson, the civil rights lawyer generally considered the architect of the national marriage equality movement. From a prophetic vision once shared by only a few, the marriage movement has rapidly gained traction with the American public and in the past decade secured the freedom to marry in 5 states and the District of Columbia. But many challenges remain. 45 states continue to exclude same-sex couples from marriage, and through the so-called Defense of Marriage Act, the federal government refuses to honor the marriages of thousands of legally wed same-sex couples, depriving us of the 1,000 plus federal protections and responsibilities that come with marriage.
Freedom to Marry is leading the campaign to overturn the Defense of Marriage Act, DOMA, and is working across the country to win marriage in more states and educate the public about why marriage matters to same-sex couples and our families. It is our distinct honor to present the Global Action Advocacy Award for 2001 to Freedom to Marry. Accepting on its behalf is Marc Solomon, Freedom to Marry's National Campaign Director.
Thanks very much. I want to thank Fran for these amazing awards, and I want to thank both John and Duncan for being so public in their speaking out on the freedom to marry, for being public with their family and with their child, and for all the gay and lesbian people who are out front and sharing their stories. You know, when I first got involved on this issue 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, a lot of people told me and told us that it was impossible, that the freedom to marry would never happen in the United States of America or in the world. Today, as I talk to people, they say, oh, it's a done deal, it's inevitable. I can tell you in California and in this country that it's neither impossible, as we know, nor, as we know, especially here in California, based on what happened on Proposition 8, is it inevitable. In fact, it's in our hands what happens with respect to the freedom to marry. Gay people and straight people, I ask you tonight to share the stories of the gay people in your lives and all of our stories about why every person in America and in the world deserves the opportunity to marry the person that he or she is in love with. We've got to stand up for that principle. And I ask you, most importantly, to not just have the conversations with our friends who are with us already, but have the conversations with our family members, with people that we know who might not be with us. That's the way we change hearts. That's the way we change minds. As John and Duncan mentioned, Freedom to Marry has a roadmap to victory that we're following, and it's pretty intricate, but at its heart are these stories of sharing our stories about why marriage is important to the gay people in our lives. And what I promise you is that if we each get out and share those stories, then I'm positive that the freedom to marry is not impossible, and I'm positive that it will be inevitable. Thank you very much.